Hello everybody, welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing a look using the Nikkie Tutorials Power of Makeup palette. I bought this the second it came out, but I haven't done any kind of video with it yet, but it includes 9 different eyeshadows, 2 blushes, a bronzer, and a highlighter. So I'm going to use as many of these as I think I need. So first what we're going to do is jump right into the base. I've already primed my skin with a little bit of the Becca Backlighting Primer. I think that's what it's called. For foundation today, I'm using this, what are you called? Covergirl Ready Set Gorgeous in shade 120. It's perfect for my tan-ish skin coming off the summertime. So I'm just gonna use my beauty blender and pat that into the skin. To conceal dark circles, I'm gonna be using the Naked Skin Concealer. I know I talked a lot of smack about this product when it first came out, but for some reason my skin's been responding to it a little bit better. I don't know if it's my skincare or what is happening, but things have been going a little bit better. So I'm just going to apply that in my under eye and I think everywhere else, maybe a little on the chin, a little bit on the nose. I've had a cold recently. You may be able to hear it in my nose, so I have been using a lot of tissues and my foundation has been wearing off very easily on my nose, so a little extra doesn't hurt. Also, I know my bed is a mess, but I have a kitten cat and she doesn't want to move and I don't want to make her move, so I'm one of those crazy cat owners that will let my cat sleep there for as long as she wants and I won't bother making my bed. So sorry, but to set the under eye and the rest of the face, I'm using my RCMA No Color Powder. I like to kind of shake it down this way, open the cap, and then grab what's on top. It's not the cleanest powder, like I'm literally getting it everywhere, but it is the best powder. Hands down, the best powder. There's so much in it. I've barely made a dent and I've been using this every day for like a few months now. So it's really, really good. So just kind of taking that all over the face because we will be using powder products. Lately I've been getting more into the brows and I've been using Anastasia's Dip Brow in medium. I have been loving this stuff. It helps to create like a really nice shape, but it doesn't look too blocky. I don't know, I really like it. So I like to use my little XO Beauty double-ended brush here. So I'll brush through with a spoolie first, and then I take a little bit of product. You really don't need very much, so you just kind of have to dip into it like that and then go onto the brow. So I like to start at the top and then kind of create one smooth motion to create that arch. And then I'll go back in and start to kind of fill in the brow. I'll hit the bottom too, just to create some shape. I also like to just ever so slightly extend my tail. And I use really short strokes for that, so it doesn't look too wild. So from here, I just kind of quickly fill in the brow, spoolie it through, and pretty much call it a day. It's pretty quick. So I think we all know at this point, if you've been watching me for any length of time, I can't do any eyeshadow without my MAC Prep and Prime eye base. This stuff is absolutely bulletproof. I have hooded eyes, as you can see, so things tend to crease, but this stuff makes sure that everything lasts all day. It is absolutely amazing. So you just need a tiny little amount of product. Just work that with my finger over the eye. Now something that I've been doing a lot with this palette is using these two and this Ivy shade just to create like a really quick kind of smoky eye. So I think I'm going to do that today, and then I'll incorporate one of these colors somehow. So what I like to do first is go in with Ivy, which is that really lightweight like bone ivory color. And I like to place that sort of underneath the brow bone and then all over the eye. I never used to brighten the brow bone in the under eye area, or not the under eye, but like under the brow, but I feel like it really does help. You know, I'm gonna zoom in actually. See a little bit better what's going on. So just apply Ivy kind of all over the lid. Next, I take Painkiller, which is this like, it's kind of like a nice light medium brown shade. It's like a milk chocolate color. I really like it. And I just start to kind of sloppily place that in the crease. This adds a little bit of warmth and definition. And it's kind of the perfect shade for somebody with really light skin, which I think is what Nikkie was going for because she's really pale. So this is kind of the perfect shade. This is the kind of shade I wish was in the Shan XO palette. Her, was it Beige Cosmetics? I wish she put one of these in there because it's perfect for my eye shape, or for my skin tone. So I'm just using a lot of circular motions, making sure to buff that in. So as you can see, it's fairly diffused, but it is also adding some definition to the eye. To define the outer corner and add even more kind of smokiness, I'm going to use Makeup and Chill, which is the best name ever. So I'm just taking that on my brush, and then I like to kind of pat it on the outside. These shadows are really, really blendable. I really like them. I've never owned any Too Faced shadows. But see, so I just kind of buff that like that. And then I'll go back in with the brush that I used to apply Painkiller and buff over that again. And it just creates like a really soft kind of smoky eye. And because my eyes are smaller and a little bit hooded, leaving this space open really helps to kind of open up the eye. For a little bit of interest, and I haven't used this color yet, I'm just going to grab a little bit of this shade Irresistible. It's this like really true gold color. I don't generally go for shades like this, but I think it'll go really nicely with this eye. So I'm just going to pat this towards the inner third. Go back with my brush, make sure to blend it out really well. For the lower lash line, I'm going to grab a Painkiller and just apply that underneath the eye. And then I'm going to grab a tiny bit of Makeup and Chill, that really dark brown. And I find that when I apply a little bit of eyeshadow under here and then put like a nude color eyeliner in my waterline, it really opens up my eye. So let me show you. It creates kind of like a doll eye effect. So as you can see, it kind of opens up the eye. Like this eye looks a lot more open than this eye. So that's just a little trick that I like to do. So what I'm going to do is apply the same eyeshadow to this eye, and then I'll be back for mascara. I'm going to add a tiny bit of definition to the top lash line, and for that I'm going to use this Too Faced stretch marker. This is not my favorite style of felt tip. It's like a felt tip pen. It's really hard. It's not my favorite, but for this I find you have to work in really short strokes. I don't want to make a cat eye. I just want to add a little bit of definition to the top lash line. So I'm going to stop talking so that I can get through this. And I'm actually going to grab a smaller mirror, just get nice and close. I find that this kind of tip like drags and makes bumps. It's not very smooth, but that's just my eye. For mascara today, I'm using this Maybelline Pumped Up Colossal. It's okay. I do find that it flakes. Yesterday I wore it all day and then had to reapply some of my makeup, and I looked and I had like just little flakes on my cheek, so do be careful with it. It's okay. It's not my favorite. I'm still on the hunt for a really good mascara, so I'm just going to apply 2 coats to the top and 1 coat to the bottom, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm going to continue using this palette, so I'm going to use the Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I'm just going to use that to kind of warm up the face. It's a nice bronzer. It's not too dark. I have some dry shampoo in my hair. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a nice bronzer. It's not like too orange, but it just adds like a nice color to your face so that you don't look dead, which I think is kind of the goal with your bronzer. And then for blush, I'm gonna go in with this orangey shade. It's called I Will Always Love You. So I'm just gonna take that on my brush and then tap off the excess. I'm gonna start in the back. And then to highlight, this is Champagne Truffle. I know Nikkie Tutorial said that this was a shade that was an eyeshadow in other palettes by Too Faced, and she always used it for a highlighter. So when it came time for her to create her own palette with them, it was like a no-brainer for her. And I can definitely see why. It's like so perfect on a lighter skin tone. I don't know if you can see, but it adds a little bit of sheen, but it's not anything too intense. All right, finally for lips, I feel like I want a pop of color, and this is going to be perfect. I purchased the new Ariana Grande lipstick, the Viva Glam. This is number 2. It's this beautiful orchid shade. I think it's gonna be really cool with this like more neutral brown eye. And it's more of a matte formulation, and it has that like classic MAC smell. All right, and to finish off this look, I'm just gonna use this NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray. And that completes this makeup look using the Nikkie Tutorial's Power of Makeup palette by Too Faced. I hope you guys enjoyed. Do give it a thumbs up. I have a few other new products that I have to show you guys, so there will be more content on the way, so keep your eyes peeled for that, and I'll see you soon. Bye.